Loosen up, loosen up. Come on, loosen up. Hello everyone, welcome to Nixie Bob's. That was a rubbish greeting, I apologise. I keep trying new things, but you know, I thought we'd have a little HangWoman today because we haven't had one for a while. And I normally do these about 3 things, so I'm going to try and get 3 things in. There's one thing that I think I've touched on. So the first one is you've been asking me what happened to my ankle. Now this was a very, very silly thing. I was quite innocently walking to work 2 Mondays ago, and it's the most ludicrous thing ever. I'm going to demonstrate with my coaster here. So in the UK, you get ranges of different styles of sidewalk / pavement, and basically you can get like block paved and then there's like a set bit of gravel on the side. Now I was walking along, normal day, nothing particularly different about the day, nothing that was sort of standing out in my mind. And I was just walking along and there was a little bit of a space between this gravel bit and this block curb, possibly no bigger than this. Imagine this, it's not even a centimetre, okay? And my ankle decided to go around it. I remember the pain. The pain was like someone had stuck a knife in my ankle. I had to call for help. I didn't call an ambulance. Essentially what I did was a sprain. I was quite lucky really that I didn't dislocate it, that I didn't break it, that I didn't do anything worse. It's almost 2 weeks now since, and I'm a whole lot better for it. It's nowhere near what it was 2 weeks ago. It's so much better. I've still got a lot of bruising. I can actually walk with no sticks now. Up until Wednesday this week, I'd gone down from 2 sticks to 1 stick. I couldn't even put my foot down last week, but I mean I can walk better. I've still got a hobble. There are certain things that like I can't. So I went to my nan's last night, for example, and I went to just wipe my feet because it was raining, and went like that. There's certain movements and certain things I still can't, like general just moving with the ankle. Like imagine if that's the foot, I can do that with my other foot, but I can only get so far with the right at the minute, and it is still pretty bruised and there is still some swelling. Thankfully I can actually see the bones in my feet again now. Before I couldn't. It was just so fat and swollen that you could just forget about it. There was just nothing there. There were 3 things I was going to talk to you about and I've forgotten what the second one is completely. Got out of my head. The bed! I've just sat there and realised I've just literally sat there and I had to go and review something else, and I was like, that was what it was. It was the bed. So the bed situation. So you won't be able to tell too much, but you'll be able to tell that this bed is much higher than my other one. So I had to buy a new bed. This is the part where you may get a little grossed out, but I will go through it all with you. Week leading into just before the injury, I started to get all bites on my legs. And to cut a long story short, I did a video that Monday, which would have been like the 20th, I think I must have recorded. Probably it was about the 20th. It was, I think, the last full week of Feb, and I recorded it and it's coming out, but obviously because of everything that's happened it hasn't, and it's the start. It was January's hand cream that I was using. I've got a review this month's, which was this one's yet, and I had a cup of coffee. I was calling it coffee break. That's what it's going to be called. So I had my little coffee mug here. And just after the video I put the pillow back that I was sitting on because this seat is a little low, and if I don't have something under me I end up here. So I had a pillow underneath me. I put the pillow back, knocked the coffee cup clean off the table, broke my favourite Jack Skellington mug, might I add, sob. Okay, knocked all the coffee on the floor, got it all over my oak unit, all over the mattress, and all over the sheets. I was changing the bed that day anyway. What I did was I flipped the mattress, because I thought I cleaned it and dried it as best as I could, but I thought this isn't doing anything. I'll put it on the other side. And this is when all the problems began. I don't know why. My old mattress was dual-sided, so there was like, it was like a foam and a spring mash-up, like blend. So one side I think had more foam than the other, something along those lines. I don't get mattresses, guys. So I flipped it, and that was when the bites began, and it was literally limited to all down my legs. I had new ones. The chair is still creaky. The chair will never be creaky until I get a new chair. I just couldn't get rid of these bites. I woke up the Friday morning, I had 4 on my knee, my left kneecap. So I went and had a bath. They were very, very itchy. I might just tell you as well, they were just so itchy, it was awful. And I went in, I come back from my bath, I pulled down the covers, and there in the bed was a jumping bug. I looked at the bed and went, that's going, that's it. That's bed going, that's it, right there, right now. So I had to change the whole bed. I've had to buy new sheets, I've had to buy a new quilt, I've had to buy new pillows, new mattress, new frame, new everything. I got an oak Furnitureland bed. This is just boring stuff, but I'm going to tell you guys anyway because you wanted to know. And it actually matches the unit that I have here. It's not an exact match, but it's enough of a match. Cost me the better part of 600 quid. I'm a bit peed off though this week to see that Oak Furnitureland has started doing 15% off all orders over 500 and 600 quid. Thanks guys, just when I spent the better part of 600 quid on a bed. Is it worth it? Hell yeah. Jeez, this is like the best bed ever. It's so high, the mattress is like this thick, and it's so comfy. I'm going to tell you something now. We have 3 cats that live nearby, and one of them tends to come in and stay with us at night. We are not stealing this cat. There is a big story that I don't want to get into. She was sleeping up by my head for 2 nights. I had no bites up here, so I'm not saying that it's anything to do with her because I don't believe that it was. But also, if anyone's sitting there going, oh my God, she's got a dirty house, she's unclean. Let me just tell you, bed bugs can happen to the best people, to the cleanest people at any time ever. So if it was a bed bug, it just happens. It's nothing that I've done. It's not that I live in filth or anything like that. It just happens. So was my ankle injury related to the bed? No, but I did have to put the bed together with an ankle injury, which was not easy, especially when it's so swollen on one side and you roll over and decide to put pressure on this swelling. Let me tell you, that really hurts. But it's here now. I mean, I was worrying about it. It's just the most heavenly thing in the world to me right now. I keep sitting there and going, I'm bonding with the bed. That is literally my phrase of the moment, I'm bonding with the bed. So that was another thing that kept me off, because for the first few days I mean, my nan lives around the corner to me. I'm quite lucky. She has a spare bed, so I was going and staying around there. So trying to edit videos, trying to do this, that and the other, whilst jumping between 2 houses in the morning and then going to work, was not an easy task. So that also delayed me. Mix that in with the injury, having to change my working hours because I had to do something else because I couldn't do my normal job. There you go. That was why we were so delayed. Who else is looking forward to Tomb Raider? I'm going to see that next Friday because I am so hyped for that. I've seen a lot of negativity around it though, but I just think it looks awesome. I keep looking at it. I keep looking at trailers. I'm going to say her name. I think I'm going to get it wrong. Is it Alicia Van Dyke? I don't want to say it wrong because I have full respect for her. As far as I'm aware, this movie is about the earlier years of Lara Croft, pre anything that I think Angelina Jolie was in. I just think it looks kick-ass. I can't wait to go and see it. I'm literally so hyped for it. And also, isn't it based on some of the later, more recent edition video games, which I think she looks like she really suits in? I just think it looks like such a cool movie, and I'm so hyped. I'm going to see it next Friday because I literally can't wait. I'm so excited about it. I was also going to run you through what happened in the first... just before, like, let me get this wrong. We've had 2 2-week breaks. The first one was down to my Mac and also down to an issue with the storage. So with a Mac, the problem with a Mac, I'm no technical genius here. I got recommended a Mac when I was looking at upgrading my laptop in the late stages last year. It was mid to late stages. I guess it was like July, August. I was going to get another Windows one. I was looking into another Windows one. You guys may have said that. I know I said I've had iMovie for about 6 months now. I have itches on my face. I'm so sorry. I'm trying not to itch my face. Friends of mine were saying, Nick, look at getting a MacBook. Try a MacBook. So I went to Apple, and the good thing with Apple, and if anyone actually wants to trial out an Apple product, this is a great idea to do. They do a 14-day return policy, so you can take it home, you can open it out, you can try it, do this, that and the other, and if you don't like it, you can return it having used it. I guess this is where they put all their refurbs. So I did that and I got on great with it, and then I went and bought it at PC World, because PC World not only does better finance plans, but also they have know-how insurance, which I adore. It's had a lot of bad press at times, but I've never ever had an issue with it. I love know-how, all right? I'm just putting that out there now. I love know-how. The downside with a Mac is its internal memory. So the lowest that they do is 128 megabytes. The highest is like 512, and 512 costs a bleeding bomb. So I have 256. When I started putting movies on iMovie, learning to use it, I was storing it on the Max hard drive. I knew it wasn't a long-term solution. I knew it wasn't going to be something that I did forever. It was just a backup, because I had a 1 terabyte hard drive. The problem was it was formatted to to windows. So I needed to get it changed, but I had all my original like 2014 Nixie Bobs on there, as well as a mountain of other stuff. So I didn't want to, because to format it you have to erase it completely. So I was just thinking, right, I'll switch that over, get it all on. And then it started telling me I only had 10 gigs left of space, and this is the MacBook. I was like, right, I know what I'll do. I'll just hike up my iCloud. I'll put it on, like, I think it was 2 terabytes. It was $6.99 a month. I thought I can live on that. I can get everything over from the other one, shove it on there, format the hard drive and start using that. Great. Okay, we'll do that. Except apparently iCloud also saves on your hard drive. Great. So that did not solve the problem. So I went to Apple, asked them for help, and they just basically said to me, get a hard drive. I wasn't going to buy a hard drive in their store because, quite frankly, if you buy a hard drive in their store, you are a silly, silly person. Why? Because they are stupidly expensive. We're just having to buy everything new in this house right now. We've just had everything. I'm just wondering what appliance is going to die next. So I got a 4 terabyte hard drive, but when I got that, it didn't work, which is just my luck. I tried everything to get this thing to work. We tried formatting it, we tried doing it. My friend is very, very technical. He taught me through it. Didn't work. So I had to wait another week to be able to go back to PC World to get it exchanged. And once it was there, I had a couple of videos, and then we had the bed and the ankle injury. So there you go. That's what's been going on in my life for the last 4 weeks. It's been stupid. But we're finally back now, and I'm going to start. I said to you, my schedule for videoing, Look Fantastic will just come at any time in the week, whenever it arrives at the start of the month. This month's box was brilliant. I was so pleased with it. Someone said this product is super expensive though. I mean, I looked up the moisturiser, and a 50ml bottle of that is 85 quid, so I just dread to think what the 30ml costs. But this apparently is quite expensive too. I have not looked that up. It's just dropped on the floor. That's just my luck too. And I just wanted to clear up that with you guys, because in a minute I'm going to go and bomb in my bed again. This is when you know you've hurt yourself, right? 2 things. My arthritic mother can walk faster than me. And 2, I went into town, like the nearest town, because I'd been cooped up in the house for literally 2 weeks. I was going to work, but it's literally work, home, work, home, work, home, work. And it was so boring. And I was like, I've got to go out tomorrow. This was yesterday. I've got to go out of this house. I've got to leave this house. I've got to do something that doesn't revolve being around and in this house. So I went out, and within 2 hours I wanted to come home because my ankle was hurting. So that's when you know you've hurt yourself. My scheduling, that's what I got onto, and I tangented. My scheduling, I'm going to try and do videos towards the end of the week if I've got enough time, or certainly as this month progresses, because I'll go into WrestleMania training mode and I'll be staying up later and later as the weeks go on, because WrestleMania starts at 12 AM in this country and finishes at gone 4 AM. And if you watch the pre-show, it starts at 10 AM. So it's mad. We're knackered for it. I've got 2 days off work for it. I'm going to have it. I'm going to book it this week. I've got to book it. I can't survive going to work after WrestleMania. It's an absolute killer. But yeah, I will. So once I start staying awake, you might get some more midweek videos. Thunderbirds is scheduled to come out this month, so that will also be back. But that is all I wanted to say with you guys. Clear everything up, and hope you enjoyed this. Everyone seems to enjoy, apparently, my rambling on camera. I love doing this. I am going to go and do something else, which I'm sure you guys are going to find funny. I'm going to go and do that now. So I hope you've all enjoyed this. If there's anything you want me to talk about or discuss, let me know. If not, like this, dislike it. We don't get any fees for it now, not until I reach 1,000 anyway. And I will see everyone again for more HangWoman, more anything I do. Bye.